Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about the order of operations. Now, what does that mean? So in algebra, or when you're doing any type of math, you can't just do whatever you want to do. You can't just start looking at a problem and going from left to right and deciding to add, subtract, divide, multiply whenever you want to. There are certain rules and operations in order that you have to go by when you start doing problems. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, and that is called the order of operations. So as you can see here, these problems 1, 2, 3, they have exponents in them. They have division, multiplication, adding, subtracting in them. And you just can't just do whatever you want to. You have to go by what they call an order of operations. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So in order for you to remember what those order of operations are, I'm going to use what they call an acronym. And this is a well-known acronym that people use to go by. So that acronym is going to be called PEMDAS. Let me erase that real quick. I want to make sure you see everything correctly. So PEMDAS, which is PEMDAS. PEMDAS. And so basically what we're doing is taking the first letter of each word, which tells you which order you're going to use whenever you're looking at a problem. So the first one is parentheses. The next is exponents. The next is multiplication. Then you have division, addition, and then you have subtraction. So whenever you're working a math problem, you have to follow this order, whatever it is you see first. So say, for instance, if you have a problem and it doesn't have a parentheses in it, so number 1 or number 2 doesn't have a parentheses, you go down to the next and you look for an exponent. If it has an exponent, you work that part of the problem first. Go down to multiplication next, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at this. We're going to start with number 1. So I'm going to rewrite the problem again. One thing that I always stress whenever you're completing math problems is to write the problem down. I think a lot of kids today are not doing well in math because they're too busy just looking at a computer screen and not writing the problem down. You're going to need to feel it and connect with it. You can't just perform problems just by looking at them on your iPad or on your desktop screen. You need to be able to write the problem down and connect with it. So we've got 15 divided by 3 times 6 minus 4 squared. So when we look at PEMDAS, first thing we see is, there's no parentheses, so let's go to the next one. We have exponents. Yes, we do have exponents. The exponent is 4 to the second power. 4 to the second power is essentially 4 times 4, and that gives you 16. So our new problem is 15 divided by 3 times 6 minus 16. So now we have division. This dot here represents multiplication, and then we have subtraction. So the next one in line is multiplication. So we're going to take 15 divided by 3, which is 5. So now we have 5 times 6 minus 16. So now what we have left is multiplication and subtraction. So now we're going to take multiplication, which is next in line. 5 times 6 is 30. So we have 30 minus 16. All we have left now is subtraction. 30 minus 16 equals 14. And so that's your answer. So you see how that works? You just go down the line and make sure that you start off with parentheses, then exponents and multiplication, so on and so forth. So I'll go ahead and let's do another one just to make sure we know what we're talking about here. All right, so our next problem is just 8 minus 6 times 4 divided by 3. When we're looking at our acronym PEMDAS to see which order of operations that we do first, it looks like it is going to be division. So 4 divided by 3. And then we have multiplication. Well, actually, it looks like multiplication is before division. So we'll do multiplication first, then division, then subtraction. So we'll say negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. So our new problem is 8 minus 24 divided by 3. Next in line is the division. So we have negative 24 divided by 3, which is negative 8. So we have 8 minus 8, which is negative 8. So 8 minus 8 equals 0. And that's your answer. So we did division first. Actually, we did multiplication first, then division, then subtraction. See how that works. All right. So let's do one more just to make sure that we know what we're doing. All right, so we have 32 multiplied by 1 minus 3 in parentheses plus 10. So looking at our PEMDAS acronym, the first one on the list is do what's in parentheses first. So what's in parentheses is 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So we have 32 negative 2 plus 10. So this 32 is actually multiplied by negative 2. So that would be our next order of operation. So 32 times a negative 2 will be negative 64. So we have negative 64 plus 10. So now our only operation is just addition. So we have a negative 64 plus 10, which gives us a negative 54. And that's our answer. So I hope this works. Whenever you do a problem, like I said, make sure you go by the order of operations first. You use PEMDAS as the acronym to help you remember what that is. Don't just perform problems left to right or right to left or whatever you think you need to do first. Make sure you go by the order of operations. So I hope that helps, and we'll see you in the next video.